some stuff has actually arrived. I'm not full of ish. The stuff is here. What's up, bros? Welcome back to another Build It Challenge video. We've made videos like this in the past where we sit down, go on Amazon.com, and attempt to build a DJ system on a specific budget. In today's video, our budget is going to be $1,500. We're gonna attempt to build an entire mobile DJ setup. I do want to add a disclaimer before we get started. There's a few things that I can't in good conscience recommend to you guys. Over the past 10 years that I've been DJing, I learned that there are some things that you just can't skip out on when you want to be a DJ. And those three things are microphones, headphones, and your DJ laptop. Headphones, it's okay if you get a couple of cheapy ones. However, I noticed that the cheapy ones don't last. Additionally, with microphones, you don't want dropouts. Microphones is an easy way to embarrass yourself if you're a mobile DJ, especially. And if you buy yourself a $50 or $100 microphone, it's gonna crap out on you and it's eventually going to embarrass you. And lastly, the laptop. This is by far the most important one. You can't get away with a real cheap laptop. A laptop is easily going to set you back $1,000, so we're going to skip that for the purposes of this video. By the way, if you are shopping for a laptop, make sure you check the system requirements for the DJ software that you're going to be using. There's three key things to always keep in mind when you're shopping for a laptop. Make sure that you get a laptop that has a ton of RAM. Most DJ softwares only require 4. However, I recommend at the bare minimum getting a laptop with at least 8 GBs of RAM or even more. I'd recommend an i5 or an i7 processor. Lastly, make sure that you get yourself enough storage. You want to make sure that you're able to hold on to a lot of music. A lot of the modern laptops don't let you upgrade your hard drive. You can use an external hard drive, but you're adding more things to the equation. In my opinion, the less stuff you have, the less stuff you have to worry about. All right, and with that being said, let's see if we can build a $1,500 DJ system. Let's do it. First thing we're gonna need to get is a controller. I recently made a video on the SB3 and I raved about how much I love this thing. Now, as you guys can see, you can get a nice little bundle here, but these are home studio speakers. We want to build a full mobile DJ setup, so we're gonna go with this one right here, $245. You can't beat this deal. It's an awesome deal. $245. Love it. All right, now let's take a look at DJ headphones. Now, this is one of the things that I mentioned before. I've tried a ton of these $30, $60 headphones, and what I've found, in my opinion, is that they're not very good. I'm not saying that you can't use them, but what I personally found is that they're not very good. At the bare minimum, I think you should at least try to spend 200 bucks on something like the X7s. I've tried the X5s and they are absolutely horrific. However, we're on a budget, so I might skip out on the headphones for now. If you do need headphones, then maybe consider getting these new Q1s. I've heard good things about them. I haven't tried them, but since we're on a budget, we're gonna go ahead and add these to our cart. Next thing up is speakers. We're gonna go with a good old trusty brand that most mobile DJs starting out seem to always get. These are the Mackie Thumbs. A lot of people also offer the ZL Lexus, but if we get something like this, it's gonna put us way over budget. So we're gonna look for a nice package, and I see one that caught my eye already. 600 bucks, only 8 left. I love this. It's got a microphone, it's got speaker stand, it's got a bag for your speaker stand, and it's even got cables. This is not a bad deal at all. Now, I will say this does look like a toy microphone, so let's go ahead and get a microphone as well. So I went ahead and looked up a regular cardioid microphone that you have an on and off switch. Shure is by far the best brand that you could go with when it comes to microphones. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this $40 microphone right here. This is, I will say, this is a wired microphone. This is not a wireless microphone. Again, like I said at the start of this video, I can't in good conscience recommend to you a wireless microphone that's not gonna break the budget. Now, I will show you a wireless microphone that I do recommend you guys get. It's a little bit pricey, and then I will show you another one that's also okay, but it might embarrass you. So I've gone ahead and added this short. Now I want to show you these Inopal microphones. So these are actually not too bad. These do come with an antennas. They're actually decent microphones. I made a review on these quite a long time ago, and they were actually not that bad. At 99 bucks, they're not a bad place to start with a wireless microphone. I will list it down below, but I'm not going to add this to our cart because, again, I want to recommend you guys quality. PGX. This, in my opinion, is a great cheap microphone, and it's the only cheap microphone that I could, in good conscience, recommend to any of you viewers out there. It is around 350 bucks. As you guys can see, it's 380. I'm going to list it down below. This is a great wireless microphone for somebody starting out. My microphones are about $1,000, so I'm not going to recommend those for you. And like I said at the start of the video, the more money that you throw at your microphones, the more peace of mind that you're going to have. At 380 bucks, not a bad deal at all. Again, not going to throw this into our package because it will set us behind. So if we take a look at our cart, you can see that we are almost close to $1,000, and we really haven't purchased that much stuff. We have our controller, our pair of headphones, we have our speakers, which in my opinion is a great deal. We have the speaker stands to come with it, so no need to buy speaker stands. We also got a bag, we also got cables, and a little microphone, which I don't trust. This thing looks like a toy. So we did end up getting our own microphone there. $40 microphone, not a bad microphone. This thing's gonna last you a lifetime. I have one right behind me, and I've had it for like 15 years. Next thing I want to recommend to you guys is obviously a DJ facade. It's a great way to spruce up your setup and give it a more professional look. So let's go ahead and type in DJ facade. Let's see if we can get something for like 200 bucks, maybe 100 bucks or cheaper. Ooh, look at this one. We found one for 100 bucks. It's actually Amazon Prime, and it's only $109. So let's go ahead and add this one right here. We should also get some DJ lights to light up our facade, as well as light up the dance floor maybe. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for an LED par can. I found this pack. Let's make sure it takes DMX because we want to be able to control these lights, and DMX in and out. Perfect. Only 89 bucks. Let's go ahead and add that. The one I recommend that you guys get if you can afford it is this one right here. This is the ADJ Mega Hex Par. This thing is awesome. One of the best lights that you'll ever get. It is a little bit pricey, but it's a great little light. Way better than these ones that we got here. But actually, I know a lot of guys that use these and they get away with it. It actually works. So we're up to 160 bucks. It's time to start adding miscellaneous stuff like a table. Let's go ahead and search up a table. This is $46 one here. Let's go ahead and add that one. 4 feet. That's more than enough. Also gonna need a laptop stand. I went ahead and found this one right here. It's only 25 bucks. Not a bad deal at all. Let's go ahead and add that to our cart. Additionally, we're gonna need a mixer to run our audio. Keep in mind that we did get a beginner DJ controller that only has RCA outputs for audio, and with RCAs you can't do very long runs, and when it comes to having your speakers, we want to separate them a little bit. So we need to get a mixer to properly process the audio. So we're gonna go out of the mixer into our Mix 5 mixer and then out to our speakers. You don't want to run long runs of RCA because that'll introduce hiss. Those RCA cables are meant to be used for short runs only. So we need this mixer to be able to use XLR. So we're gonna get this at only 60 bucks, not a bad deal. Now we're gonna need the cables. Now you see here, this does take RCA, so you can go RCA in. However, I recommend that you use these line inputs here. So I recommend that we get some 1/4 inches to RCAs to come out of the back of our mixer, and then we're gonna get some 1/4 inches to XLRs to go out of here to our speakers. So let's go ahead and find those cables. So I went ahead and found this Hosa cable. Hosa is one of the best cable maker brands that's out there. Highly recommend, if you can afford it, get Hosa cables. It is a little bit expensive. You can probably find a cheaper one, but I don't want to skip out on this because this is going to be a cable that's going to last us quite a long time. So let's go ahead and add this $15 cable. And we also need the cable that we need from our mixer to our speakers. I found these Cable Matters ones for about 16 bucks a pop. Not a bad deal at all. You'd be pretty okay with having 15 footers or 25 footers at only $2 extra. I recommend that you get those extra 10 feet just in case. It's okay to have a little bit of slack. At 35, 50 feet, these are going to be way too long. 15 or 25 is a sweet spot. We're going to need 2 of these, one for each of the speakers. So let's go ahead and add 2 of these. Now, if you do remember, our speaker did come with 2 XLR cables. However, those are XLR. If you can afford afford a mixer with XLR outputs, go ahead and get it, but that is going to add to your cost. This Mackie Mix 5 will get the job done. Just get these cables and you'll be all right. Let's get 2 of them. Sticking with that cable trend, this is something that's going to be optional for most of you guys watching out there, but if we want our setup looking a little bit more professional, an easy way to do it is by DMXing our lights or just simply daisy chaining them and having a master and a slave. We honestly only need 3 to daisy chain, but I'm gonna go ahead and just add these 10. We're also going to need some O clamps. These O clamps will allow us to mount our lights to our speaker stands. They're pretty cheap. We're gonna need 2 of these. We're gonna mount 1 light on each speaker stand, and then we're gonna use the other 2 lights for our facade. We're gonna go ahead and add 2 of these clamps, 10 bucks. That's not bad at all. Let's add them. Also, because we're adding all these cables to the equation, we wanna have a nice looking system, and an easy way to clean up everything is with some gaff tape. Yeah, this is the one I use. You get 2 rolls for 14 bucks. Not bad at all. Of course, we can't neglect our power situation. This is one of the most overseen things by DJs. We can't neglect the power situation. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a couple of extension cords to make sure that we can plug in our system. I found this 2-pack of extension cords, as you guys can see here. They come at different lengths. Now keep in mind that you are gonna get 2 when you order, so let's go ahead and get 2 10-footers as well as 2 15-footers. Some power accessories that I recommend you guys get are these guys right here. These allow you to connect to your extension cords and give you 3 outlets. So this is great, so we can plug in our speakers and our light, and then we can just send a power cable out to the wall without having to send 2. Also, here on the bottom, it's recommended that we pick up some of these 3-pin to 2-pin wall adapters. Highly recommend these, especially if you're a DJ. These are great little devices to have. I know a ton of guys rip that ground off, but trust me guys, that's not a good idea to do. They're there for a reason. Don't remove the ground from your cables. Just keep a couple of these handy. They're not that expensive. This one comes for 6 bucks. Let's see if we can find another pack. This pack right here is only $6.88 and it comes with 3 prongs. Recommend that you guys go ahead and buy these. The last thing I'm going to recommend that you guys pick up is a surge protector. This is crucial if you want to keep our gear safe. I'm partial to this one because it does have USB outs so that you can charge your phone. This is an Amazon's Basics one. Also, a reason why I love it is because it's got a long cable, as you guys can see here. A ton of slack for going into the wall. Love this guy right here. We're gonna go ahead and add it. It's only 16 bucks, and that should complete our DJ setup. Let's go ahead and take a look back. 21 total items in our cart. We have our power. We have all the cables that we'll need. We have tape. We have clamps. We have our mixer. We have a laptop stand. We have a table. We have our lights, facade, microphone, speakers, headphones, and DJ controller, all totaling up to $1459.71. Keep in mind that we do have to equate for taxes. Once we do take into account taxes, that should take us to that $1,500 mark. Now, do keep in mind the variables. If you have a little bit more money to play with, I would get rid of these headphones and maybe get some more expensive ones. Same goes for the microphone. I would maybe get a more expensive microphone as well, but that would blow our budget completely out of the water. Now, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these headphones, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this SB3 controller because I already have one. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, if you don't want to use Serato DJ, this is a Serato based controller. You can get something like the DDJ400. However, I recommend for most of you guys living here in the United States to use a Serato controller. Serato is the industry standard. I don't want to get into a discussion about which is a better software, but Serato is a bit more widely accepted and respected here in the United States. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but here in the US, we recommend that you use Serato, so that's why I recommend the SB3 and not something like the Record Box controllers. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I'm going to check out. I'm going to go ahead and buy this entire DJ system so I can build it for you guys and prove to you guys that this is a great $1,500 DJ system. And as you guys can see, I'm putting my money where my mouth is so I can prove to you guys that that DJ system is a quality DJ system. I ordered everything, including the DJ speakers, including the lights, the facade. None of this stuff I don't need. I already have my own DJ system. But to prove to you guys that this this is a great DJ system. I went ahead and bought it, as you guys can see there. So in the next video, we are actually going to be putting all this stuff together. Alexa, where's my stuff?
3 packages for Bayardo's order were delivered. Another 2 packages should arrive Friday, December 18th, containing utility cable and mixer.
So as you guys can see, some of the stuff is actually here. I actually did the research for this video on Friday. It's now Monday, so a lot of our stuff is slowly arriving. Not everything was Amazon Prime, so some of the stuff is going to be delayed. But next week, I promise to you guys this, we are going to be assembling this $1,500 DJ setup and seeing if it sucks or not. Bros, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and if you really want to help me out, don't forget to turn on that bell so that you can be notified when we unbox all this stuff and assemble our DJ package. Lastly, before we leave, don't forget that we are giving away that SB3 that I personally bought. We are giving it away to one of you lucky viewers out there. In order to win, you do have to be subscribed to the channel as well as be following me on Instagram. Signing off, DJ Barr. Stay awesome, bros. Peace.